In my opinion, Kobbie Mainoo was the best central midfielder on the pitch in yesterday's highly anticipated clash between Manchester United and Liverpool. I said the exact same thing in my match analysis video this morning. If you haven't watched that already, make sure to go check it out. Because, like I said, I stated that Kobbie Mainoo for me was the best central midfielder on the pitch. This evening I want to take more of a look at that. Why did I make that claim? What did I think was so good about Kobbie Mainoo's performance? And truthfully, for me it was just the fact that he'd done a little bit of everything. Now, his heat map doesn't necessarily reflect that. We can see that he was heavily involved in his own half, but not so much in the Liverpool half. However, I don't really think we can blame Kobbie Mainoo for that. We all saw the game, we all saw the tactics. United didn't really intend to have that much possession in the game. So most of his work was done in his own half. And a lot of this did include defensive work, and I thought he was really good in that department. We can see some stats here. 1 foul, 1 clearance, 3 blocked shots, 1 interception and 2 tackles, showing that he was willing to do that defensive side of the game. And for me personally, I think that's a really important thing. When we've spoken about Kobbie Mainoo in the past, we've spoken about his ability on the ball, his natural pauser, his temperament, his intelligence, his ability to control a game. However, the fact that he is also willing to do the defensive side of the game, he's willing to get stuck in, go into 50-50 battles, get in those physical duels, I think is a really good thing. I don't think it will ever be a real strength of his. I don't think it will ever be the main aspect of his game, the defensive side of things, but I still think he done well in this area at Anfield. And we can head over to Want Video Analyzer Pro to see this. If you want to check out Want Video Analyzer Pro, there will be a link in the description down below. I highly recommend it. For me, it's the best video analysis software that I personally have ever used, so I definitely recommend it. But we can see very early in the game, we have a loose ball here between Trent Alexander-Arnold and Kobbie Mainoo. Kobbie Mainoo doesn't hesitate. He goes strong into the challenge to win the ball for his side. A big 50-50 challenge. He gets there, goes in hard, and the ball goes out for a throw-in. Now, this is obviously nothing particularly special. It's nothing to really write home about. However, what it is a young player showing that not only do they have the technical side of the game, but they're also going to be up for a battle. And of course, that is something which you need in this sort of game. And I felt that we continued to see it throughout the game. But we also saw different aspects of his defending as well. For example, here he's defending in more of a wide channel position, just inside his box. He's read that Szoboszlai is going to try and cross the ball into the penalty area. Kobbie Mainoo reads the situation. He has the maturity and the intelligence to keep his hand behind his back so the ref can't give a penalty, and he blocks the cross, puts the ball out for a corner. Happy days. Again, it's nothing crazy, but considering we all talk about the technical side of his game, I think it's important that we also see this defensive side. So again, it did put a smile on my face to see him doing this work, and he just continued to do it. Here, Trent is going to play a pass inside towards Szoboszlai. Kobbie Mainoo is lurking just behind him, ready to intercept, and he does exactly that. He reads the play, gets in there, intercepts the pass, and then keeps things pretty simple to keep the ball for his side. So again, he has won possession back for Manchester United by doing the defensive side of the game. And again, I'm going to keep saying it, this continued. Again, here we've got Trent going for a forward pass through the Manchester United midfield, breaking the lines, going at the heart of the United defence. And we can see Kobbie Mainoo just at the top of the picture there on the top right, reading the play, getting himself across, anticipating the ball going into this position. He anticipates it better than what the Liverpool player does, gets in front of him and wins the ball back for his side, keeps possession. Happy days. Again, it's simple stuff, but we really saw the defensive side of his game, and I was impressed by that. I don't necessarily think that any of those clips were groundbreaking. They don't make him an elite ball winner or anything like that. But what they did show, again, is just that intelligence, but also the willingness to defend. I think it's an important thing. We've all seen those talents before, which are super technical, loads of flair, loads of pace, and they love attacking, but they don't really like to do the defensive side of the game. We've seen in this game, and we've now seen it in previous games as well, Kobbie Mainoo loves the defensive side of the game. He's happy to put the tackles in. However, he also does a lot on the ball as well, so let's check that out. So before we continue into the video, a quick shout out to today's video sponsor, JerseyFifa.com, the home of all of the greatest football kits. Whether that be the new latest releases or the old classic ones like this, Jersey FIFA has something for everyone, and now you can check it out yourself using the link in the description down below. And also make sure to use code JerseyFIFA for 10% off when you order. For me, in possession is where Kobbie Mainoo really comes to life. Now yes, again, this wasn't the perfect game to really capture that. For example, he only has 31 touches, as we can see up there. That's not that many touches to really influence and control a game. However, what we can see is even with his few touches, he was keeping the ball for his side, whether that's the accurate long passes, 2 out of 2 down the bottom there, or just his passes in general. 17 out of 19 completed, 89% pass completion. Now, that's very, very good, but, you know, you do see that in games. I think what was the impressive thing here was that Kobbie Mainoo was doing this. He was keeping the ball for his side when his teammates around him really weren't. Sofian Amrabat, for example, is a good normal retention player. Not in this game. He was absolutely terrible. He couldn't deal with the intensity of the Liverpool press. He was giving the ball away, making rash decisions. He was really poor in possession, had less than 60% pass completion in the end, I believe. So, for Kobbie Mainoo to come into this game as a young player and still show the composure to play his game, I think is just really, really impressive. Now, we're going to look through some clips in a second. And for the almost casual watchers of the game, I guess, it's not going to look incredibly good what he does. But the thing which really impresses me is that he's playing in a poor Manchester United side. He's playing away at Anfield, where everyone assumed Liverpool were going to win quite comfortably. And the teammates around him, much more experienced players, were giving the ball away constantly. Kobbie Mainoo, even in that poor environment, he keeps his own principles. And that principle is always that he is willing to receive the ball in any situation. He is willing to take a touch to settle himself, and he's then willing to play the ball forward. Of course, he'll play one touch when it's on, when it's available, but he's comfortable taking a touch and setting himself. So even the 2 passes that he actually failed in this game, what I liked about even the 2 failed passes, which sounds strange, was that both times he takes his time, he gets the ball down, and then fails the pass. So, of course, failing the pass is annoying, but that happens to anyone. It's the fact that he still had the composure. Someone like Amrabat was failing his passes because he wasn't calm, he was erratic. Kobbie Mainoo was still nice and calm, even when he was losing possession for his side. And he also tactically played quite a versatile role in this game. At times he would be kind of deep in a double pivot, at times he was high in the Liverpool box, at times he was almost at right back with Diogo Dalot inverting inside. He was given a real tactical role, often up against Ryan Gravenberch. And again, I think this is why Kobbie Mainoo deserves credit. Gravenberch is a really good player. And particularly, he's a very good ball carrier and a lot taller than Kobbie Mainoo. So physically, Kobbie Mainoo was at a disadvantage in this battle. But again, I think we saw in the defensive kind of side of the game earlier that he held himself really well. But of course, on the ball, he was impressive once again. And I think this first clip here, more than anything, it highlights composure. We've got 3 Liverpool players right around him here. We've got a 4th one just on the edge of the penalty area. We've also got Darwin Núñez in the box. This is a chaotic situation. What does Kobbie Mainoo do in the middle of all this chaos? I'll tell you what, he gets the ball down on his chest and plays a nice, calm pass out of his defence into the feet of Sofian Amrabat, or Scott McTominay, sorry. Again, this isn't anything crazy, but it's just a bit of composure. Rather than just booting the ball clear, he gets it down on his chest and he plays football. And that's exactly what United need. I think what we also see in this clip is that the players around him trust him. Because again, this is quite a hectic penalty area. What does Scott McTominay do? He gives him the ball back straight away. So again, that is showing that his teammates have trust in him. They obviously trust something they see in training. Again, Kobbie Mainoo is calm, he's composed. He's always got a nice relaxed body frame and body position when he's receiving the ball. He never looks uptight and static and clunky. He's always smooth, kind of moving freely, ready to receive the ball and play from there. Now on this occasion he looks wide for Garnacho. This is one of the failed passes. But I don't mind it too much. Footballers fail passes, it happens, but they're human. The idea, though, is that he is ticking the right boxes of being calm, receiving the ball under pressure, taking a touch, and then trying to play out. So yeah, you're going to fail some passes in your career, but as long as the idea is right, 9 times out of 10 you will have success. So even in this failed action, I was impressed with what I was seeing from Kobbie Mainoo. And it just continued throughout the game. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. So this time it's a long pass from Andre Onana from the goal kick. Kobbie Mainoo under pressure from Luis Diaz, gets the ball down on his chest, turns around, and plays the ball out wide. Again, it's nothing crazy, but it's a composure, its ability to, rather than try and flick the ball on with his head, for example, he knows, he trusts in his own ability to get the ball down and try and play. And it's a benefit to United, because it means that 9 times out of 10, he's going to keep the ball for his side. Again, here we can see him being closed down. This was a loose touch from Szoboszlai in the midfield, chases towards Kobbie Mainoo, who keeps his composure, and just plays a nice simple pass out from the back, gets to Szoboszlai first. A nice simple pass. Under pressure, he just keeps it nice and simple. And again, we can see he's nice and relaxed here. He's got a good body position. He's just moving the ball about. He doesn't care that he's playing at Anfield. He's keeping it nice and simple. And I think that's a really good side of his game. We've got another side of his game here. So on this occasion, I believe this is Garnacho who has played the pass to him. Might be Scott McTominay. And they're falling over as I've played the pass. It's not a great pass towards Kobbie Mainoo. Endo's going to race towards him. What I love from Kobbie Mainoo here is the manipulation of his own body and therefore the opposition's body to keep the ball for his side. What he does brilliantly is he gets his body in front of the ball like this. Now we can see, though, his body position, he's just dropped his shoulder, which makes this defender for Liverpool just question what they're about to do here. What's going on here? Kobbie Mainoo then flicks it with his back foot, as we can see here. Really clever. and moves away from the Liverpool defender and in space, keeps the ball nice and simple, keeps the ball for his side once again. It's a real good manipulation of the ball in a tight space, keeps the ball for his side. McTominay and Amrabat weren't doing this in the game. Kobbie Mainoo was, and again I think he deserves a lot of credit for that. And it just continued throughout the game, constantly. It's just nice, safe, secure passes for his side, keeping possession. Here Scott McTominay plays the ball wide to Kobbie Mainoo. We can see him on this occasion picking up the right back position, so we're seeing that tactical versatility if you like. Kobbie Mainoo in the wide area. Again, he doesn't do anything particularly complex. He just keeps the ball for his side, goes backwards. Now, we've seen in recent weeks, United players try and pump this forward. We lose possession and often concede goals. Kobbie Mainoo, though, has the intelligence, slows the game down and keeps the ball for his side. And again, this is why I think he was so much better than every other midfielder on the pitch. Because time and time again, he was just keeping the ball for his side. In a game which lacked quality, lacked proper technical ability, Kobbie Mainoo really shone in the midfield, in my opinion. And then we get this clip, which is, you know, the pick of the bunch, really. The ball's come into Kobbie Mainoo from Scott McTominay. McTominay done brilliantly in the build-up to this. Kobbie Mainoo gets the ball at his feet. Now, what I love is this little touch here, because we can see the Liverpool defender is quite nearby. Kobbie Mainoo touches the ball with the outside of his right foot across the pitch away from the Liverpool defender. If he had taken this touch, for example, let me just quickly grab an arrow tool. If Kobbie Mainoo had taken the touch this way, the Liverpool defender would have been right on him. But instead he takes a small touch, it's a very subtle touch with the outside of his right boot, away from the Liverpool player, which buys himself enough time to then play a ridiculously good ball through to Alejandro Garnacho, who races in on goal. It's a really good opportunity. Trent gets back, defends the situation well. But again, we can see Kobbie Mainoo, good touch, good manipulation of the ball to make space for himself, plays the ball forward. And I think that was an impressive thing in this game. His ability to manipulate the opposition and protect the ball for his side. So here, Anthony plays the ball back to Kobbie Mainoo. We can see the Liverpool player here ready to apply pressure, ready to put him under a bit of pressure. What Kobbie Mainoo does initially is he has open body language, ready to receive the ball and play forward. However, he realises the trigger of the Liverpool player here, so he does something really simple. He just turns his back as he receives this ball. So he receives the ball, turns his back. Now this Liverpool player, Endo here, cannot physically tackle him. Certainly not. If he'd have taken his touch forward, again into this sort of position, he would have been right on top of Endo. But instead, no, he recognises the pressing trigger from Liverpool, gets his body in the way, keeps the ball for his side. And he actually does particularly well here, because 3 Liverpool players are going to close him down, put him under pressure. But you know, this is Kobbie Mainoo we're talking about, a little drop of the shoulder, sells him a dream, goes the other way, and then plays a really nice pass, taking 3 Liverpool players out of the game under intense pressure from Liverpool's holding midfielder, their ball-winning midfielder. This is how well Kobbie Mainoo was doing, and honestly, it was just a delight. We also saw a slight glimpse of him going the other way as well, playing more of an 8 role, getting into the final third. He makes the run across here, into the Liverpool penalty area. Luke Shaw plays him the ball, and what I like on this occasion is Kobbie Mainoo makes this run and he takes a touch to take the ball wide. Now, once he gets into this position here, a lot of young players would panic because, you know, especially as a midfielder, he's not used to being in this position. You would expect a winger in this area. Against a tall, powerful, dominant guy like Konate, you might panic. But Kobbie Mainoo doesn't. He takes so much time in the ball, slows himself down, slight voice crack there, and then plays the ball to Luke Shaw. And again, recognising that Luke Shaw is left-footed, he puts the ball on Shaw's left foot. These are small details, but trust me, over 90 minutes, they make up a lot. And again, it's why I think Kobbie Mainoo played just so well. I think he was absolutely brilliant throughout the game. And then we've got one final example of Gravenberch putting the pressure on him. Kobbie Mainoo gets his body in the way against a much bigger guy and wins the foul. It's just intelligence. It's just intelligence in midfield, which is so impressive. He showed intelligence, composure, temperament, which no other midfielder on the pitch showed. And when you've got experienced professionals like Endo, Sofian Amrabat, Scott McTominay, Szoboszlai and Gravenberch all in the same midfield, the fact that Kobbie Mainoo was the best at such a young age is a big compliment, and that's why for me he was the best midfielder on the pitch. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think he was the best? What side of his game do you want to see more? Do you want to see him just playing more? Because I know that I personally do. Let me know what you think in the comments. But apart from that, we are finished for today. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.